Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 5 Montale favorites so far. I've been on a bit of a Montale journey. This is a brand that I have really neglected over my 10 years of doing this. For a good like 7 or 8 years, I have not talked about this brand at all, but my OCD, my interest has really kicked in. These are all bottles so far. They're not all mine, but most of them surprisingly are. First one, and this is not in any numerical order, it's Rush's bottle. But I'm debating whether or not to get it because it's really good. It's more of a spring and summer fragrance, and that's going to be Blue Matcha. This is perfect for just a relaxing getaway. This is a great relaxing fragrance. If you're really into aromatherapy, I just gotta say this. If you hear any rattling, please forgive it. It's very gusty outside today, but back to this scent. This is perfect aromatherapy for when you can't get away to a tropical island when you're trying to avoid the cold, such as today. But there's really nothing tropical about this fragrance, except for maybe the blackcurrant. You are gonna get the blackcurrant. You're gonna get some citruses, the matcha green tea. There's some mate to add a little bit of more greenery to it. There's some wood, some musk, and so on. And there's also like some tobacco, which I really don't get. What I pretty much get is that, yes, I get the mate, I get the tea itself, I get the blackcurrant, the citrus, the musk, and a little bit of woods. This is beautiful. This comes across as a little bit more mature as well. And for you to pull it off, you have to have a bit of a sense of style. If you want to wear it with a white tee and jeans, by all means, but I think that this will go very well with a golf shirt or a polo with a nice pair of dressy shorts and some loafers. Fantastic. It's just great for the spring, summertime, and I don't want to say it's versatile, but this is a great work scent or just a great weekend fragrance as well. Fragrance number 2, this was actually a gift from Rush, so it is my bottle. And when I wore it, I'm like, wow, this is really good. Intense Pepper. This was his signature scent for a number of years, and I think he's got 3 or 4 other bottles. We reviewed this one, but this video will probably go out before it. What it pretty much is that, yes, there's a lot of pepper, but there's also a lot of lemon. There is some musk, some moss, some woods, and apparently there's oud. And there's also some florals. What I personally get is that I do get the pepper, but intense pepper. You're thinking that it's gonna be I'm personally thinking that it's gonna be like a Marc Jacobs Bang type of pepper. It's not. Now the pepper is there. There's black and there's pink pepper, so you are gonna get a really good dose of pepper, but for me it's more citruses, more lemon. It's lemon, then it's pepper, then it's gonna be woods with musk, and that's pretty much it. Again, I don't get the oud and I don't get the florals. But this is a great gentleman's fragrance. It has a little bit of a bad boy side to it, you know? This one here is perfect unisex. It's right down the middle. But this, for a unisex fragrance, leans more towards the men, in my opinion. This will go great with a suit and tie. It'll go great with a leather jacket and a white tee, because I don't really see this staining a white tee, but if you want to play it safe, go with a black color or just a dark color. But this is just a great mature fragrance, perfect for the spring and autumn time. Rush did state that he thinks that this is all year because depending on the season, when he wore this in the summertime, it was more lemon than pepper. When he wore it in the autumn, it's more pepper. When he wore it in the wintertime, I believe it was more woods and pepper. So, try it out for yourself. Now, number 3, this is perfect. This will definitely cut through the cold on a day like today. And if you love incense, this is one that you will most certainly love. Full Incense. This was a gift from Rush. He ended up gifting me a few bottles, actual gifts, instead of me just borrowing a few. I got a few of his bottles in my bag right now. but this one here. This I surprisingly really enjoy. At one time, I wasn't really feeling these incense fragrances. My wife does not like this. She loves the smell of incense. Like right next to me is her altar, and she's a Hindu. So in Hinduism, but as well in Buddhism, there's a lot of similarities. She says, I don't know, but they do use incense in their religions. But this is like a church type of incense, like a Catholic church type of incense. So in the review that I did with Rush, haven't edited yet, that thing that the priests swing around and you get like that smokiness, this is what that is. But there is a certain elegance and a certain mystery to it. So I find that this would be a great like suit and tie tuxedo scent, but as well, leather jacket with a black tee. Now, some of the notes for this one here, you are gonna get patchouli. You are gonna get some cedar. There's, of course, the incense. There's some sort of labdanum or resins, because there is a resinous touch to it, and I believe musk. My wife doesn't like this one because on my skin, it becomes a little bit like an ashy type of musk. So who really knows? But I personally, I love it. It's just a great mature type of fragrance. If you're looking for a really good solid incense, and if you are a devout Catholic, the incense in this just might like give you a scent memory of church itself. Fragrance number 4 is a great spring and summer scent. This, I do think that someone in their 20s can absolutely rock, but it is a unisex fragrance. Pretty much every fragrance from this brand is unisex. That's what they're marketed as. But I do feel that this might lean a little bit more towards the ladies. But if you're a modern day gentleman, or if you're just comfortable in your skin, this one you might want to check out. Soleil di Capri. This is white florals. It is citrus. It is spices and musk. Now the citruses in this one here are going to be like grapefruit and lemon, I believe. But you're going to get a really nice kumquat. I find it's more kumquat than like grapefruit or lemon. You are gonna, of course, gonna get the white florals, whether it's jasmine or lilac or anything. It's just like a white floral, and that white floral itself does make this more of a unisex fragrance. And the base is gonna be like a more musk than spices than anything. Like, is there really spices? I really don't know. You know that according to Fragrantica, that's what there is. And for like a citrus or like a summer scent, there's a certain elegance to this because of the white floral. So for me, you have to be a gentleman to really pull this one off. You could wear this with a suit and tie, a tuxedo, but you have to have that sense of style. White t-shirt and jeans, not so much. Golf shirt, a nice polo, something dressy, but it has to be like dressy casual or more. And last but not least, this I really enjoy. This came out in 2013 or 14, and back in the day, and Rush says even up to now, and he might be right, I don't really pay attention to the Fragcom no more, but this one did get a lot of hype back in the day. And when I reviewed it 10 years ago, it was like I think it was a little dabber sample. I personally did not enjoy it at all, but it's one of my favorite niche fragrances in my collection. At the moment, it's one of my favorite niche fragrances, and I reviewed this one yesterday with Rush, but also Javier from Fragtastico. Montale Intense Cafe. I, honest to God, did not think that I would like this one. There is coffee, there is vanilla, there's rose, there's musk, and there's amber. It's pretty much like an ambery, balsamic-y scent with rose, vanilla, and coffee. It's like a roasted black coffee. I understand why now. It just took me 10 years to understand why this was such a loved fragrance back in the day. It's very gentlemanly. It does lean a little bit more towards the ladies, in my opinion, but this is a modern day gentleman's type of fragrance. Someone who's very sophisticated, who's elegant, who's maybe a little snobby. Like when I'm picturing like a gentleman, I'm actually picturing Frasier Crane, Kelsey Grammer's character. I'm so glad that that show came back on the air, how they made a bit of a reboot special. I just picture someone like Frasier Crane, or even his brother, Niles Crane. really pulling this one off and really truly enjoying it. You have to have certain tastes, you know, a true gentleman. Polished, sophisticated, maybe a little snobby, maybe, but educated, worldly, articulated, well-mannered. That's what this is. And this will definitely cut through today's type of cold. And guys, that is my top 5 favorite Montale fragrances at the moment. So any other videos that I've done from this brand, they will all be in the description box below. If you want to see the smell and rate that I did with my wife of this very brand, check out right here. And because I find that this brand is actually quite affordable, if you want to see an affordable list that I did of some Montales and other affordable niche fragrances, check out right here. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. I thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.